Hello everyone, so the video you're about to see I recorded yesterday when we were sitting at about 97 subscribers, and in that video I had a little plea to people to help us get to 100 subscribers. But before that video even came out, you guys have gone and smashed it. We've gone from like 97 subscribers to 102, which to some people won't seem like a lot, but to me it's a really big deal. I'm really happy to reach 100 subscribers and hopefully we can just keep pushing on. So here's the 200, 300, who knows. For right now I'm just enjoying making things. I just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone, whether you watched one video, subscribed and forgot about me, whether you're someone I know subscribed and watched my videos since the beginning. That means a lot to me, but also you guys who don't even have a clue who I am, who have chose to subscribe and spend your time watching my content. So I hope it's at least enjoyable for you guys, and yeah, just a big thank you. I'm going to keep going onwards and upwards, and who knows what we can do one day. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I'm Jake, and today is a massive day for Chelsea Football Club. As I record this, we've just confirmed the signing of Ben Chillwell, which in itself would be a pretty big deal, but it spells the start of a four-man transfer swoop to add on to the two players we've already signed, and just really solidifies the fact that the board are backing Frank Lampard and backing his team. So I'm just going to give my thoughts on the four transfers that are going to happen, how I think they'll fit into the Chelsea squad, and what it means for other players too with these players coming in. Before we start though, I would just like to say a big thank you to the last Chelsea video. I did a few videos back about the predicted lineups because it did really well, better than I expected. It's one of my best performing videos to date, and I enjoyed making it. You guys seem to enjoy watching it, so here I am making another Chelsea video for you guys. And maybe this can become a regular thing if you like it. So if you do like the video, make sure you let me know in the comments, or let me know what I can do better, or maybe some ideas on what you'd like me to talk about to do with Chelsea. So as I said at the start of the video, Ben Chillwell, who's just signed for Chelsea, and I guess that's where we'll start. We'll talk about him. He's the first official transfer of the four that are coming in. Probably one of the most expected moves that Chelsea were going to do this summer. And it's been building up for a while. We've known since like last January that Frank wanted him. He wants a new left back, and now he's got it for £50 million as well for Chilwell. It was rumoured to be around £80 million not long ago. So to get it down to 50 million, I know Ben Chilwell doesn't seem like a 50 million player in some people's eyes, but you've got to remember he's played for Leicester, who have been consistently one of the better teams in the Premier League recently, played consistently at left back for them for the last few years, getting good Premier League experience. He's English, which I know some people hate that fact, but if you're English, it adds a bit of a premium onto your price. And he's also England's starting left back at the minute, so you can't really go wrong. And now that we've whittled the price down to around 50 million, I think that's a pretty good deal, because seeing as we're probably going to sell one of our left backs, either Emerson or Alonso, it spelled the end for one of them two, Chilwell coming in. I assume Emerson, like I spoke about in my last video, if Emerson leaves for 20-25 million, take that off the Chilwell price, you're looking at around 30 million for Ben Chilwell, which honestly, for a starting left back, a problem position in Chelsea's team, and England international, it's not a bad deal at all in my eyes. So I think Chelsea have got this one right. And I know a lot of fans have been opposed to Ben Chilwell joining Chelsea, but at the end of the day, he's a Chelsea player now, so everyone's just got to get behind him and hopefully support him so that he ends up growing into one of the Premier League's best left backs. So Chilwell's just been confirmed today, but it's rumoured that Havertz will be confirmed either tomorrow or the day after. And honestly, I'm so excited for Kai Havertz to join. It's going to be our transfer record. I think it's like £75 million, with the rest up to 90 million being like add-ons, which comes out to like 100 million odd euros. And yeah, Chelsea's record transfer for probably one of the biggest prospects in German football, if not the biggest prospect in German football. He's young, but that is no barrier for his talent. He'll be straight in the first team, I imagine, and Havertz is going to offer us just that little extra bit of star quality in the midfield. He's one that pretty much every Chelsea fan is behind. We've got Ziyech now, we've got Chilwell, we've got Werner, and now we're going to have Havertz joining too. And even if you're not a fan of Chilwell, that's still 3 star players that are coming into our first 11 in positions that we needed help with. Ziyech and Werner are going to help us finish chances that we didn't finish off last season. Chilwell's hopefully going to solidify that left back position as his own and give us a stable left back for someone who we're going to use consistently. And Kai Havertz is going to provide them goals from midfield that we were lacking last season. I mean, for example, I love Mateo Kovacic. He's just recently won our Player of the Season award. But if we can have someone in that position who's scoring 10 goals a season, 15 goals a season, I'm not saying Havertz will get them numbers straight away, but I think he's just a great, smart signing for Chelsea. They saw an opportunity of this player being available for £90 million, and I actually think that's quite cheap. I know that's going to sound stupid, but in a few years when Kai Havertz is 24, 25, you're going to have all the big clubs knocking on the door offering probably £200 million, because in a few years, £200 million is probably going to be the normal for a transfer. And this £90 million that Chelsea are spending outright, we're not expecting Kai Havertz to come in and score 20 goals, 15 assists straight away. The guy's like in his early 20s, I think he's 21. So we can expect at least like 4 or 5 years of Kai Havertz playing for Chelsea, racking up assists and goals and just bringing that star quality to our midfield. So for that reason, I think around £90 million isn't a bad deal at all, because these £80 million plus moves are happening so often nowadays. It's not as big of a shock as, say, when Pogba joined Manchester United and everyone was expecting him to be the world's best player because of the transfer fee. Now a £90 million fee for a 21-year-old who's probably going to be one of the best players in the world is kind of right. I mean, I think he's going to be really good for Chelsea. Even if he doesn't hit the ground running in the first season, which I think he will, even if he doesn't, he's got years to perfect his craft in the Chelsea midfield, and I think under Frank Lampard teaching him how to score even more goals. When I released that predicted lineup video a few days back, it was kind of wishful thinking, but we've already got Chilwell, who I predicted, we've got Havertz, who I predicted, and our team is really shaping up nicely. With that Havertz signing, as well as the Ziyech and Werner ones, I think everywhere from Chelsea's midfield upwards, I think we're fine now. I don't think we need to buy any more attackers, no more midfielders. If anything, we need to start looking to sell a few. For example, I can imagine Jorginho, Ross Barkley, them kind of players might be on the transfer list now for Chelsea, because you can't really fit a system where you're going to have Havertz, Mount, Kovacic, Loftus-Cheek, Billy Gilmore, Kante, Jorginho, Ross Barkley. Not all of them could be there. Someone's going to have to go, and I expect the likes of Jorginho or Barkley could move on. The left back position I think is now fine with Chilwell bought. The right back position I think we're good for, Azpilicueta and James. So now obviously the problem areas for Chelsea come at centre back, but in the last few days, kind of out of nowhere, Chelsea have agreed a deal to sign Thiago Silva on a free transfer and paying him around £100,000 a week, which is quite a lot of money obviously. He's signing a 2-year deal because I think Thiago Silva, if I'm getting this right, he's 36 years old. He's obviously been captain of PSG for years, captain of the Brazilian national team. He's going to bring a sense of leadership to our backline that we haven't got before, probably since like John Terry left. I mean, Gary Cahill did a good job of it, but at the centre-back position, we've just lacked a real quality leader, and I think Thiago Silva will be that. And I don't think he's a long-term solution. I don't think anyone thinks that, but it's just an opportunistic buy from Chelsea where they've seen him that he's going to go for free. They've noticed the problem areas in Chelsea's team. In my prediction video, I said we could maybe get Declan Rice. Maybe we still can, or maybe the idea is to bring in Thiago Silva for a couple of years, improve the other defenders around him by laying off him, and then eventually when Thiago Silva moves on, we then spend money then on the centre-back position, which wouldn't be that bad of an idea, considering it's looking like we're going to spend around £200 million on other players in the team. If we're talking about us buying Declan Rice or another quality centre-back, it's going to be another £80 million on top of that, and it's all going to add up to the point where it's just going to seem like crazy money's being spent. So at least with Thiago Silva, it's quite a shrewd bit of business from Chelsea, and not only will he be good for Chelsea himself, because let's be honest, he might be old, and I know that, and I know he's not the Thiago Silva that he might have been a few years ago, but it's still Thiago Silva. Like, most teams would take Thiago Silva as a centre-back. I mean, bar maybe Liverpool and Man City, I think Thiago Silva would walk into most teams' centre-back positions, and I think, to be honest, Thiago Silva and Van Dijk, Thiago Silva and Laporte would work well, so I think he could even walk into a Liverpool and Man City team. I expect him to be Chelsea's starting centre-back this season alongside Kurt Zouma. Obviously he is old, so there's going to be a lot of rotation, as there always is when Chelsea are going to be fighting on 4 fronts this season, European, Premier League and the 2 cups. But I think Thiago Silva is a great deal for Chelsea, and although I don't think that will be the end of Chelsea spending, as much as I say like, I don't expect us to go out and buy Rice or someone like that, we just might. So for right now, Thiago Silva seems like a good buy at centre-back, came a bit out of nowhere, but for free, why not? Why not do it? Now, like I say, we might go out and buy Declan Rice, but Chelsea have now also agreed a deal for another free agent, Malang Sarr from Nice. He's a left-footed centre-back, quite tall. I'll be honest, I've never really seen him play. I've only seen like his cards on FIFA and stuff like that. But he does seem like a decent player, not one who I would have said Chelsea go out and buy him for £50 million. Because I remember he was linked with a few Premier League clubs not too long back. I think it might have been West Ham. But again, it's an opportunistic buy where Chelsea realised, okay, he's a free agent, we can bring him in. It seems like we're going to loan him out to a German club. Maybe he stays there, Chelsea realise he's amazing, and then in a few years he plays centre-back for Chelsea. Or maybe we loan him out, he looks pretty decent, next year we sell him on for 20 million, 30 million quid. Either way, there's no way we can lose on this Sarr deal because he's either going to be good for Chelsea or we make a profit on him for free. We cannot sniff our noses up at that. And everyone says like, oh, Chelsea buy the league and stuff like that. But if you actually look at the business side of how Chelsea work, most of the signings we've made this season have been funded by sales. You think Hazard and Morata alone probably add up to about 180 million, plus the likes of Pasalic, who went for £15 million. You've got Emerson's probably going to leave. Like I said, Jorginho, Barkley might leave. We send someone like Sarr out on loan, either he comes good and plays for us, or we sell him for another £20 million. And then in a few years that will fund another transfer. And Chelsea are just being really smart in the transfer market this season. And I think, again, I wouldn't have gone out before the season and said, buy Malang Sarr, but for free, why not? Take him in. If he's good, he's good. If he's not, we make money on him. So they are the 4 transfers that I wanted to talk about, but I do not think Chelsea's transfer business is done yet. Like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if we went out and bought our ideal centre-back to partner Thiago Silva, maybe sell like a Rudiger or someone. But more importantly, I think Chelsea will buy a goalkeeper still. I don't think they're going to leave that position for Kepa and Willy Caballero to fight it out. I think seeing as we're addressing problem areas and buying quality, I don't think Chelsea will stop there. I think we will buy a quality goalkeeper. I'm still hoping for a Nick Pope or someone like that. But if Roman Abramovich wants to go and surprise me with a Jan Oblak, then I'm definitely not going to say no to that. So yeah, by the time this video gets released, it might have already happened, but the date is currently the 26th of August. Chilwell has just been signed, and I imagine these signings will be confirmed by the time I upload this video. So yeah, we know they're coming, but Chelsea are just being so smart in the transfer market. I'm so happy with the players we're buying. And the Chelsea team for next season is shaping up very, very nicely, I must say. So that was another like Chelsea news video, I guess you can call it. It's just the kind of thing I want to try out on this channel. Obviously Chelsea is my club, so I like making content on them. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to help us get to 100 subscribers and to also let me know that you like this kind of content. So I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope to see you in the next one, and goodbye.